This conference will now be recorded.
There we go.
Join the
We're good.
Yeah.
Up and running.
I went on,
Alright.
and it wasn't on there. Carol couldn't.
Never did that. I wasn't going to leave without trying.
Begin with a call to order, beginning with a flag salute and moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine statement and roll call, please, Karen.
Sure. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting has been given by filing written notice with the Township governing body and the Township clerk, mailing written notice to the Township's official newspapers and the Township website, posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the Chesterfield Township Municipal Building, and providing notice to all requested same. Ms. Blazik is not present. Mr. Doherty.
Here.
Ms. Hughes. Ms. Codestale.
Here.
Mr. Litt.
Here. Moving to section 3, agenda matters requiring recusal.
None.
Seeing none, move to section 4, approval of the minutes, December 12th, 2024, regular and work session.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Section 5, public comments limited to comments pertaining to matters on the agenda. Can I have a motion to open public comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any public comments relating to agenda items? Online, anything?
Nope.
Nope. In that case, can I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Section 6, resolutions. There are none tonight. Section 7, ordinance for public hearing and adoption. Ordinance 24-26, revising and supplementing certain portions of Chapter 173 of the Township Code entitled Towing of Vehicles. There are no comments or questions from members of the committee. I'll ask for a motion to open for public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
None.
Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll ask for a motion adopting ordinance 24-26.
Moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Section 8, treasurer's bill list.
I move to approve the bill list.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Section 9, reports and discussion. We have nothing in particular on.
I guess so this is where we would put, starting next meeting, reports for the different boards and commissions under boards.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
reports
I'll put them on the last meeting of the month.
Yes.
For January.
They'll be for, yeah,
For
so like the January
yeah,
23rd one, yeah.
Not the org.
Yep,
the
nope.
org, No.
No, I think that's perfect.
And is this where you want to decide that we will have the work session scheduled for that same meeting as well?
Oh, if we need one for the following meeting?
So your work sessions would be for that last meeting of the month. I have to advertise it, so I just want to make sure I have it all
I
set. So
think
if you
we
want to do
should
it the
put
last
them
meeting.
for every month, and then
Okay.
and then we can, like, George can send out and said, we don't have anything to discuss, let's cancel it, or we
Yeah.
have a light agenda, let's meet at 6:30 instead of 7, something like that.
I don't think we should feel forced into having them. I think that'd be a good use of anything.
No,
Agreed.
but I think we should have them on this agenda, just in case.
It'd be nice to have the flexibility.
Yes.
And that'll force us to visit it on a meeting by meeting basis. That's a good idea. Moving to section 10, administration, beginning with the mayor. The only thing I wanted to say, I know she's not here, but I did want to say thank you to Belinda for her past 3 years of service to the township. Sorry to see her go, but hopeful she'll be around in other capacities.
Yes. Agreed.
Moving to 10B, administration.
Just a few updates, Mayor. The website, as Ms. Mahon mentioned, is up and running. Please take a look at it. If you find any glitches, please let us know. I'm very pleased with the way it came out, and I want to tip a hat to Karen. She did a large majority of the work, truth be told. She really, really jumped into this thing and did a fabulous job on getting it where we are today. So thank you so much, Karen, for all your efforts.
No problem. It was all of us.
Carrying
All
me
of us.
along.
It was all
Yeah.
of us.
Yes.
It was all of us.
Dragging me sometimes, carrying me most of the time.
I'd like to thank Karen and George
Mhm.
because I think it's two of you that have gotten this going because
Mhm.
this is something that the community has been asking for. I have been asking for. Other people in the committee have been asking for quite a while. That it just was not working, the website we had before. So I'd like to thank both of you for getting this up and running because it's sorely needed.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify one thing. People do have to re-register, right? Or
That's correct.
we were not able to migrate all of them.
No, because, and I forget why I asked that and I don't remember the reason, but something there could end up being a glitch. They're better off
So
signing
I
up
think we
again.
should put a banner in there then saying, please re-register even if you had registered in the past.
I sent everything. I sent something to everybody who had registered before, received an
Okay,
email.
we received an email because I did re-register. Right?
Nope. So anyone had already signed up for e-alerts was sent a message stating that we were going to be, and I know that happened because somebody had sent something in, and it was right before actually the start off date was the 27th and not the 26th. So somebody had tried to
Yes.
sign up on the 26th. The existing web person who was hosting advised me, and then so they were advised to re-sign up.
I just wanted to know that they have to re-register. Okay.
Yep,
That's
they
good
were
to
all
know.
notified.
And then when you say alerts, it also includes all notifications that we will be pushing.
They
out.
sign up for whatever they like.
Yes, I saw the mobile alert and I saw an email. So
They
those
can either go for text or for an email, correct?
We started discussing this last week, I think, pushing even beyond that, maybe beginning with the Green Fair, just
Yeah.
having a booth and really trying to encourage residents to sign up. How many residents are signed up right now?
I don't know, but there were probably only 200 people who had signed up on the old website. So it's not.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
The old one. Okay.
The old one, there were around 200 and some people that had
Yeah.
signed up.
So I think it's important for this committee next year to figure out how to get
Agree.
more people on there.
I agree 100%. And I think the Green Fair is a good place to start.
Yeah.
And then any other community events that we have, maybe come up with some kind of a form we can hand out.
Something. Yeah.
And I mean, I think this is something we should push out on social media. I think even monthly, we could say, sign up for these alerts.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then I think we have to make sure that we send out alerts too pretty regularly so people get used to it and, forward it to their friend who then signs up. And I mean, word of mouth is effective as well.
kind of
Yeah.
e-newsletter on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we can look at having how we want that e-newsletter to look. But I think that, I think if people feel like they're getting information that's useful, they will tell their friends.
I think
I'll
you're right.
also note just from my legal take on this too is that with the new Oprah amendments, they actually wrote into the new legislation that when you do sign up for things like this, your information is still exempt as personal information. Like there's still an expectation of privacy when you do provide the town, when you're just signing up. You're not corresponding with officials on your personal email, but if you're just giving them your personal email and some information, that is not subject to Oprah.
That's good to know. That could be.
Because I think maybe people, that could be one of their reluctancies. It's like, I don't want to put my information out there. I'm just letting it on the record that it's specifically now written into the statute that is exempt from disclosure.
That's good. To know.
That is good to know because if people bring that up as a concern, we know to tell them that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I'll echo what George said. Thank you, Karen, and thank you, George. I'm sure you played more of a role than you're letting on. But I feel like the committee spoke at the very beginning of this year very loudly and clearly that we wanted this, and thank you for getting it done.
Two other quick things, Mayor, if I may.
Please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just going to say, I'm going to let Kate at Munibit know that we do have a new website.
Yes.
So she'll stop sending us those emails.
The manhole problem we had on Main Street has been resolved. I got some emails from a few residents saying they finally slept through the night.
Yep.
The county did a good job. I looked at it, they reset several of them, and they're not clanging in the middle of the night anymore. And lastly, Mayor, you had mentioned to the engineer and I to look to meet with Mr. Flaherty. That's set up for Wednesday, January
Perfect, thank you.
8th.
Oh. What, January 8th?
January 8th, yes.
Thank you.
And that's all I have tonight.
All right, moving to section 11, public comment. Can I have a motion to open
So
the public
moved.
comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any public comment from our in-person audience?
Of course. No, I'm just kidding.
Always.
Dawn Donahue, 79 Bordentown, Chesterfield Road, Chester, New Jersey. So I do echo what Matt said. I know she's not here. Hopefully she listens to this meeting. I want to thank Belinda for, the 3 years of service. She was an asset to the community and to the township committee. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. Can we, going forward, like I said before, possibly have like timeframes to follow up on stuff so it just doesn't get pushed to the wayside on things? Because I know we get busy and everything, but just kind of like following up on things instead of, just letting it go to the wayside, like with the beaver thing.
I'm sorry, Dawn, I missed what you said. Timeline for which?
Just anything in general,
Okay.
like things that are going on, like for instance, when they had, and I hate to bring it up, when you guys were talking about getting the reimbursement for the damage that was done for the Ganesh Festival, and it was like, it went back and forth, like there should be a timeline. Okay, if we don't hear anything by this time, this is the action we're taking, just to kind of keep things moving along so it doesn't get put on the back burner. And I'm just talking about things in general, like, just in general. That was just an example. I'm not trying to
No.
call that one out. I'm just saying going forward in 2025 for a new year, just things in general, just make sure there's timeline. Okay, if we don't hear from it by this time, this is where it is, and this is what we're going to do. So it's not an ongoing, constant issue sort of thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments in person? How about online?
I don't think Ed's going to say anything today.
Seeing none, can I have a motion
These times.
to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to section 12, comments from the committee. And I would like to, I don't know if this requires a vote. I would like to move comments from the committee up to section 10. I do think it should be with the mayor and administrations.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Maybe even just above administration. Just-
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
like
That
9.
makes good
Yeah,
sense.
separate from. I have a couple things. One is I would like to thank Matt for being the mayor this year. I think he's done a really good job. Matt is a really good public speaker. And I have to say that I've gotten so much positive feedback about when he does come out and he speaks for Chesterfield. He really, really has done a wonderful job. I think he has spoke so well for Chesterfield and represented us so well at the meetings and at, the various public events that are part of the mayor's responsibility. So I think, we've had a good year. We've got a lot done under Matt, and I just would like to thank him for all that he's done this year, both, like I said, in the meetings and outside of the meetings as representing us as a committee. Another thing I'd like to bring up, and I had thought about this today when I was reading, and then when Ms. McMahon said about the 3 minutes, is I would like to see in the minutes a little bit more detail about what the public says during their comments. I think this is just coming from me, and if there's a reason why we can't do it, but they have 3 minutes. Very often, everyone who comes up to speak is very eloquent. They bring up some great points, and I would like to see that, I think, more adequately reflected in the minutes. I think the points that people from the public make, I would like to see kind of memorialized, because I think very often they're well thought out. So that's just a comment.
If I
that I'd
may,
like
I
to
said, we
make.
don't do verbatim minutes. So we don't do that. What we do
No.
is we try to catch the point of everything. But our minutes are going to be.
No, not verbatim, but I think that
But I think we do now is we catch the general public. I mean, we can talk about this
Yeah.
offline.
Yeah,
but-
it's just a comment that I want to make, but, yeah. So I just wanted to say that I'd like to see a little more detail in them.
I have a couple things just on that minutes thing, and I don't know if this would be helpful at all, Karen, but in like when you do Zoom, like you can enable like AI recording and it will like send you a summary of
They're not accurate. This here even picks it up. It's not accurate.
it's not okay because the
Not at
Zoom
all.
one's actually like really good. So
This
just
one, this
just a
one's
thought.
not good at all.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
No, it's a good
Um,
suggestion though.
The Zoom is really good. A couple other things. I know we've spoken about this a couple of times, but just trying to get a group together for recreation. I know we have like prioritized different recreation projects, and I'd really, I think, like to get feedback from the community on what type of projects they'd like to see. Denise, I know you said that there was a survey done like several years ago.
Oh, and
I
we
think-
had meetings, yeah.
I think
But,
it might make sense to do an updated one at this
yeah,
point.
that was when I first came on the committee, so it's been at least 6, 7 years. So I think to have it updated, I would 100% support that.
Cool. So
I think it's a good idea.
And then just, I want to echo some of the other comments that were made. I know Belinda's not here, but thank her for her service. The committee members and mayor put in a lot of time. And I appreciate all the work that she's done. And then just Denise, you said a lot of what I wanted to say about Matt, but thank you for your service as mayor. I know the mayor puts even a lot more time than we do. They have a lot of other meetings and it's a lot of extra work. And thank you for doing that. I think, you know, in this extremely hyper-partisan world, you have been very bipartisan. You've been very fair. And even in Chesterfield, you know, we hear about the divide between old and new Chesterfield. And I think you did a really, really good job at representing all of Chesterfield. And thank you for that.
Yep, agree. And your perspective from an attorney's point of view, as well as a mayor's point of view, that's something very novel. So I do appreciate that. So thank you for your service.
I appreciate everyone saying that. Thank you. Moving on to section 13, executive session. We have nothing, right? In that case, I will move to section 14 and ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.